So
yo, yo, what up?
So I saw this woman today wearing a sweater. When I know this is how it goes. I saw this woman wearing a sweater that reminds me that all my flaws and narcissism and my deep well of hilarity, that I at least am not delusional. The sweater confirmed it today for me. I am not delusional. I've seen it written on blackboards, and I swear I saw it on like a "Welcome to South Carolina" sign, right?
South Carolina.
Yeah, it was like "Welcome to South Carolina. Dress for the body you have, not the body you want," because it's summertime, right? And people are going to the beach. It's not the first time anybody's heard that, and that's okay. Anyways, this goes the same for your personality. This woman was wearing a sweater that said "Someone's feral aunt." That already seems like something you shouldn't be casually walking around in public advertising.
No.
But then to make matters even more red flaggish, she tells this story to the cashier that she doesn't have any singles, which is what happens when a bunch of kids are in and out of her van.
What the fuck?
You might as well wear a sweater that says, "My van has free candy, free pickups, and no returns."
That's fucking great. Holy
it was
shit.
Fucking heinous. And obviously,
Oh my God.
it was at a Walmart. So I
of
guess
course it was at a fucking Walmart.
I get what I get. That's on me for paying attention to what's going on. But that's what I saw.
Of course it was at a damn Walmart. Oh my God, dude. So, dude, what's been going on? You were in Cali for a while.
I was in California for a bit. I was doing some boating, some casual boating, some military boating, and getting some vehicle licenses, and went to a couple of rugby matches, which was fucking awesome. Got to go watch San Diego play the Free Jacks. I got to see LA play Seattle and LA play San Diego. Both great games. Also, shout out to the Free Jacks going to the playoffs. I think I'm going to get tickets to go. Not 100% sure, but yeah, it was a good time. It was a really good time. And then today, I went out and I shot a bunch of kids.
Okay. Bro, you can't.
I need context.
I've explained this to you.
I need context.
I've explained this to you a million times. You can't make loaded statements.
That's right.
Context.
Oh, it was loaded. It was loaded.
Christmas.
Okay. For my nephew.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about like fucking you were at a park and you were just like, hey, let me see if these new hollow points work.
It was
like,
a park.
It
was a park. No, for my nephew's birthday, he wanted to go paintballing, so he invited me to go with him.
Paintball, not
so
real.
I got to shoot a bunch of kids all day. And I made this kid cry. And honestly, I thought it wasn't going to affect me. Turns out it didn't. I made that motherfucker cry so hard.
How old is he?
He was 11. I shot him like 2 or 3 times.
You just fucking laced them up.
No, I didn't even shoot him a bunch. Like I'm real conservative with my ammo. So like
I'm real conservative with my ammo.
By the way, I need to do a floor side. We were playing this one level and I was coming through the window and I just happened to see him there and I was just like, and they just kept going. You know what I mean?
What's great? Whatever metal just hit the ground, it sounded like a fucking casing. It sounded like a casing hit the ground.
I got that kid so fucking good, man. It was hilarious.
Oh shit, that's funny, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna go home and cry to his mom for sure. He's probably gonna get held back.
Fuck him. Who cares, right? Who
Yeah,
cares?
I had a good time. My nephew had a good time, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, no.
What are you, man? What have you been up to?
Dude, just working, man. Literally just working a lot. Getting ready for the 4th. Gonna enjoy a
Oh yeah, the 4th of July, right?
Yeah,
fucking
enjoy
back World War champions. Get your fucking 4th of July gear.
You know what's so funny? What's so funny is you're sitting there in a fucking tank top, right? And I'm over here in a fucking hoodie.
Yeah, but doesn't South Carolina have like central AC?
Yeah. Well, North Carolina. Let's talk about North Carolina, where I live.
Yeah, but you have central AC, right?
Does my mic sound low? Does it sound low?
There. I can hear you, buddy. It's all right.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Sorry.
You're fine.
It was my headphones. It was my.
Like this.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, one time we just talked about all the boners of it since I was 11 years old.
So yeah, North Carolina has central AC, so you can wear a sweater now. Maine, I can't do that. The North does not believe.
62 degrees in my house
It
right now,
is.
dude.
Oh, in my house? No, it's probably warmer in my house than it is outside. The North does not believe in central AC.
Well, no, you're in fucking Maine. You know what, dude? Hold on. I gotta say something. This is funny. This is
This is a lot better.
This is so. It was okay. Because I was
Go
iffy
ahead.
about it at first. I
Go
was
ahead.
iffy about it at first. But
This looks a lot better.
yeah, because hold on, we can just do it this way real quick.
This is what it looked like originally.
That's what it normally looks like, and that doesn't look right. But when you do this
looks so much better. Because the other one looks like we're trying to talk to each other, but one of our girlfriends says we're not allowed to socialize anymore. So we're sitting back to back at a diner, just talking really loudly.
Yeah, or they're fucking with us under the desk, which
little column A, little column B. It's funny too, because like when we were in the green room and I was like, no, we need to be on this side like this. So we're talking. I got a
shitty look on my face.
I do the same thing at work because like I have the two radios, and most people want the radio on channel 13 and then on channel 12 on the right. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. That's not in the right order. It's got to be 12 on the left and 13 on the right. That's how this works.
No, but it makes sense. It makes total sense. So like I do appreciate the
see, now it's like synergy.
Bro, it works. I can't even be mad at it. It works.
Yeah,
it works. Well done. Well done. You're
on
your way to be
all right. So you said you were getting ready.
No, 4th of July's coming up. 4th of July's coming up. I'm going to enjoy my first in a very long time paid holiday off. Being in the what's crazy, dude? I've been out of the RV industry for a year.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. So March.
I mean, in a good way.
I mean, it's a year. April, May. A year and 15 months. Year and 3 months. Yeah, I was talking to the guys over there. There's been some tragedy over there, though. I feel really bad.
Did you say a year and 15 months?
No, a year and 3 months or 15 months.
Okay. Sorry, that's me.
Listen, that's why we wear headphones.
That one's on me. My bad.
Okay, good talk. What's the talk to? Anyway, I feel bad for those guys over there. Been tragedy. The finance manager, who was a friend of mine, passed away.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, suicide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in his 50s, man. In his 50s. What's crazy is I talked to him 12 hours before, the day before it happened.
Oh, wow.
And I come to find out he talked to like 10 people that day, which is not normal. So I felt like it was me and him were friends. We stayed in touch and stuff like that. He was an amazing human being. I wish I would have known he was going through some struggles, but we've had these conversations before, and I'm not focusing on this by any means whatsoever. I'm just saying it just sucks.
It's hard it's easy to look back and go, hey, I wish I had seen something, or maybe there was something there, and try to analyze those conversations. You can't do that.
You can't
do that.
3 days prior to that, my oldest daughter, one of her friends, he hung himself.
Holy shit.
9th grader.
That's a level of commitment, man.
It was bad. And that's the first time she's dealt with something that close, non-family member.
Right.
I feel like it's when a family member passes away, it's different. You know what I mean?
When a family member passes away, or when a family member kills himself?
No, just passes away. We're just going with passing away.
Well, yeah,
because your whole family's there. You have the whole
and we're usually talking about a grandparent too, who's like old, and we're all like,
or an elderly parent, or maybe a family member that's sick, and it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not
all getting phone calls about like car accidents. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. No. The norm
so I'm just going
with
passing away. I'm not even talking about suicide, but so it's the first time she's had someone pass away that was a non-family member, and it's the support's confusing because she knew him better than we did. We knew of him, talked to him and stuff.
Knew he existed.
But you see what I mean by that? Like when it's a family member, everyone's invested emotionally.
Right.
But then when it's like your kid's friend, you're like, what do I do? It's also different for me because it's the first time I've dealt with it.
A hanging?
No. Just the passing of one of my kids' friends.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hadn't
forget the suicide part. Like, I'm not trying to focus on that. You know what I mean? Because and we had those talks. It's like
No, but now you have to come at it from a different angle. You have to be like, all right, how do I help this other person?
Yes.
Cope with this thing that I don't know how to cope with, because it's different than what you're used to having to entertain.
100%. So it's
She doing okay?
Yeah. She went to the funeral and everything, and it was it took a little bit, but she's okay. Talks about it from time to time. She'll bring it up. Dad, I'm kind of sad. Okay, kiddo. And you can be sad for as long as you need to be sad.
It's a normal feeling to have.
And I told her, she goes, "Why?" She goes, "Am I supposed to stop feeling sad at a certain point?" And I was like, "You know what, kiddo? That's a really great question." I said, because I still to this day will sit by myself or driving kids in the car. And I was very close to my grandfather, and it'll just hit me. And he passed away literally 30 years ago. I was 12. I was my youngest daughter's age. And I still get teary-eyed about it. And I told her, I said, "Kiddo, I still grieve over grandpa. So it's okay." I said, "But you can't." I said, "The biggest thing is you can't live in it. You can't live in that emotion of the loss, because then when your life stops, because
you can't let
of
it absorb you.
No, you gotta. It's okay to grieve, and grieve however you want to. It's okay to think about it 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, still be sad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone lost their life. That's just in general just sucks.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely a different emotion to deal with when it's your kid, and then it's someone your own child knows. Yeah. So it was different. It was challenging. You know what I mean? It was a little bit challenging on that end, but
yeah,
it's also life. It sucks. No matter how it happens, it is life, and that's the shitty part about it.
Yeah. This is kind of a tough segue, but I'm going to see what I can do here.
You're good. I went off on a tangent on that.
No, you're good. Absolutely. You need to talk about that kind of stuff, because I don't have any children, but I could only imagine, I grew up overseas. I'm going to come back to this tangent I wanted to make later. We're going to keep on this one. I grew up overseas. Yeah. We knew people for maybe 2 years or 3 years.
2 to 4 years. Yeah. 2 to 4 years.
They got to transfer, right? So very easily, I knew one person who committed suicide at a whole other school. I never even went to school with this person. I just do them through sports.
Yeah.
And I maybe told my parents. I don't really remember. But I do remember a friend of mine was very close with this person, and they told their parents, and they grieved. And I think this person took a couple days out of school. So now we're talking about having to deal with it on the dependent side of the house, which is not an easy conversation to have. Like, the kids go to school and they have their lessons and whatnot, and these people are here for you, but they're not ready.
They're not. Let's just call it what it is, but they're not.
They're not ready to handle those conversations. They're not ready for them. And you don't think you're going to have those conversations. Like, you don't vote or fucking pay taxes. Why should you have to talk about loss at that level?
Yeah, it's true.
All right. So now this other tangent, which is tough to make, but I think I'm going to power through it. We talked about, you mentioned, this transition, right?
Uh-huh.
So I've been noticing at work a lot. Now, I work with a lot of retired military personnel, and I work with civilians.
Yeah.
Dude, I know that you and I have talked about code switching before.
Yes.
Right? So code switching, and I wrote down the definition so I didn't fuck this up, is when, quote, a member of an underrepresented group consciously or unconsciously adjusts their language, syntax, grammatical structure, behavior, and appearance to fit into the dominant culture. When you get out, you have to do this. Your transition.
Yes.
I don't know if you're in the Libo Risk community page.
Yes. Oh yeah. Because we interviewed.
Yeah, Jess was on here before. She talked about the whole thing. If you're a veteran,
we got to talk to her again and have her back.
Oh yeah, her website is doing fantastic. By the way, if you are fucking cheap or don't know how to travel on a budget, you need to contact Libo Risk.
She does amazing stuff to get them out there. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, pull it up, because I'm gonna keep going on this. So when you're out of the military,
Saves is one of my favorites. You hear that, Jess? It Saves is one of my fucking favorites.
When you get out of the military, if you do not do your code switching, then you are kind of it's in a way that you're refusing to leave your military service behind. So you need to. It's one thing if you like words in the affirmative, right? You say like Roger, understood, maybe a hua, if you work for another retired person, but for a layman, such as a bosun's mate or an infantry person, when you get out of the military, whether you work for the government, you work for nonprofit, for-profit, venture capitalist, whatever, if you do not remove the manner in which you used to conduct yourself in uniform, you will not transition properly. The way you solve problems, the way you conduct business, the way you speak to people has to change. If you hang on to this old identity that you are this rank or this position or this skill, you're not going to fit into your workplace community the way in which you want to. And not only that, it's going to make it harder for your coworkers to want to work with you because they did what they were supposed to do. When they left an old job and came to this job, when they grew up or had kids, they started conducting themselves differently. That's that unconsciousness. If you stick with it, you're not fully transitioning out of the military. So I work with a lot of people that have this issue. And again, of the however many people that work in my office, a very few of them are not prior military. So our office has a lot of military lingo and jargon and back and forth and whatnot. We can get away with it because, again, I have like
you're all on the same.
I have 1 to 2 people, right?
And I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum.
But it's the times in which they're sitting there talking about, this is the way we've done it for however long. Oh, whoa, be careful with that. That's a problem. Times have fucking changed, right? Yeah. So if you work with somebody and they're like, we've been doing it this way for, 15 years. Yeah. Okay, well, that was 2011. What was going on 15 years ago? I don't think TikTok existed 15 years ago.
No.
Okay. I have terrible spatial recognition, so
no.
15 years ago was a long fucking time. I think we were only on Fast and Furious 4. There definitely weren't 11 of them. Like, if you've been doing it the same way, you're not reading your updates. You're not getting your new messages. You're not, changing with the time. Fucking people retired in 15 years. People who used to do things a certain way have come and gone. You have to be evolving. You cannot just be like, oh, well, we've always been doing it this way, so we're going to keep doing it this way.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Matter.
You can't. And so it's funny you say that. So, I've had people ask me, why do you let your kids have so much screen time? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Maybe because the device we're all carrying around is the fucking future of the world. And I want them to be as fluent as possible on how to fucking manipulate those things. Because I want my kids to get paid. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You know what?
Right?
I 100% agree with you.
But it's the same concept. Like, you just got to, I understand we've been using pen and paper for a while, but that's fucking gone.
My dad retired in 2007. And I remember one of us was fucking around on the computer and like changed the formatting, right? So all the icons were huge. He immediately thought that meant we had a virus.
Really?
Yeah, because he didn't know how to use a fucking computer. How many boats had a fucking computer on them?
Oh, that's true, dude.
Right?
See, I was in the weird.
When he joined, he used to get cash on payday.
Yeah. Oh God,
that's a big change. That's a big change.
See, I was in the transition because I've mentioned this before. My first few years, and I was an engineer before I switched over to Master Arms law enforcement side.
Yeah.
And the engineering log room, for those who have been on a Navy ship, like it was still like you writing emails was like new. You know what I mean? Like we were still doing paper logs, and like it was still it was. I was in like right as it was getting like the digital side was getting shoved down your throat. Like I was right at the tail end of it, so I still saw the old Navy. Like when I worked for BT1, boiler tech doesn't even fucking exist anymore. Like it doesn't even exist anymore.
Do you remember the old gray cell phones, the duty cell phones?
Yeah, dude.
You're right there like this.
Yeah, the fucking Saved by the Bell phones.
Yeah.
The fucking
my dad had one of those in like 05, 04 maybe.
Yeah. I still think it's weird that I was in when your father was in. That still bothers the shit out of me.
Dude, for scale, I've been reading some articles about the new Columbia class submarine is going to have no paper charts. It's going to be a hologram.
So, dude, to me that's cool as fuck, man.
Yeah, But that was 20 years ago. My dad was getting a cell phone to carry around as a duty CPO, what have you.
I agree, man. The advances
now the
in
submarines,
technology.
you're gonna be like, oh well, we need a chart on this thing. No, kid, you're gonna have to learn how to use this fucking hologram. Hope you did well in Common Core math, because it turns out there's a direct connection between Common Core and the ability to code. And I don't need engineers anymore. I need electricians, because we're not cranking fucking valves, tapping gauges. Like, hey, my horn ain't working. Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn that breaker on. That one's on me.
Yeah, so it's weird to say that, because when my second ship, we got rid of the old EPSI and PAC, the old consoles with the fucking push buttons and the fucking old gauges and shit, and it turned into 2 computer monitors.
Yep.
And it was crazy because I was a GSE, so I was on the electrical side of the gas turbine world, and we helped NAVC. Like, I was watching them. Oh, we were helping them. They were showing us how to build the circuit cards to slide into the back of the fucking consoles, because then it went from CCS down into the engine room, and then you had one of those in the engine room, and we had to like learn. So we had administrative rights. So I had to get helmsman qualified as an engineer, because if I had to, we had to override the helm controls. And it was crazy because I got chosen. I did, as an engineer, was the helmsman for Suez Canal Transit.
That'd be pretty cool.
It was dope being up on the bridge. Don't get me wrong. It was pretty dope to see it from that view. And then I was the helmsman that helped pull the ship pierside from the deployment. So I was working the fucking throttles.
I'm so glad you said that.
And I was that to me, for any Navy people out there, when you're an engineer and you get to do that, there's not many engineers who are like, oh yeah, I was working the helm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like up on the bridge. Cool. So to me, it was pretty dope. Like, it was pretty dope.
So we're talking about 04. You had those shitty gray duty cell phones, didn't even have Snake on them.
That was
04, we got holographic
04,
navigation,
on
right?
that deployment. Yeah, and then your dad.
We don't even like back in the day, which was Wednesday, you had only bosun's mates doing line handling, right? And then 4 or 5 years ago, the Navy was like, what the fuck for? If we're going in and out of port, what the fuck is the rest of the boat doing? Well, we're going to get rid of a fuck ton of bosun's mates, and we're going to bring in a bunch of people who don't have fuck all to do while we're getting underway. You're going to line handle today. You only have to do it for a couple hours, then you're done. Then you can go back to medical or supply or kitchen, whatever.
Same thing as MAs.
If you have been doing it the same way for 25 years, you're fucking wrong. You're not transitioning out. And if you are now in that civilian that civilian environment, and you're trying to do it the same way, when you retire from that, which by the way is already a fucking pain in the ass for me, because you already have one retirement and presumably some disability. So the interest in changing is not, I don't feel that it is there for them. Like, why put in the effort? They already got a retirement and a fucking disability and now a whole other job. Why would they change? Right? If you've been doing it for 25 years the same fucking way, that's your response. When you retire from this second job, you are going to have a significantly harder time being an unemployed, fully retired civilian.
Yes.
You must put in the effort to transition out of your uniform to the civilian world. It is a massive hindrance on you and your family to try to go from 18 to death with a uniform mentality. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
And it's one of the, so getting out, is one of the hardest when you're a career military. You know, I feel it's tougher than like the 4 and out people, which don't get me wrong. If that's what you do, that's what you do. Good for you. Sometimes I wish I would have done that.
But when you 4 and out, you never really committed. And I'm not, hold on. I don't mean that's a bad thing. I don't mean it's a bad thing. I mean, like mentally, you knew you were going to do 4 and out. You didn't fully ingrain yourself into this identity that was going to be you for 20 years. You knew you were doing 4 and getting out. You maintained a level of liberty that never fully committed.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, thanks, man. I thought of that right now.
But no, yeah, it definitely is. It's I think that was one of the hardest things. Like I think that's why I went through so many jobs my first like 2 years. You know what I mean? Because I was one of those people who's very adamant about not doing a government job. I thought about it. I've had conversations with friends about doing it. I tried to apply, and I'm like, I just can't work for the fucking government again. Everyone's like, dude, it's easy. It's cush. Like, the money's decent. I'm like,
that tells me that person got into government, and then never changed anything about themselves. Like, they have like vanity license plates and operation stickers on the back of their truck, and when they cheers, they're like hoorah or whatever dumb shit people say.
So that's why I love what I do now. You know what I mean? Getting like, and I've said it before, like I hate sales. I'm getting out, but I can't, man. I'm good at it. Like I'm good at it.
And it's not like you're selling trash either.
No, I mean I'm selling security, lockdown security solutions, full access control, physical security solutions. We're focusing right now on K through 12. I'm not going to mention my company because I don't have permission from my job and I don't want to do that. But I mean, if you needed to, you could probably dig and figure out where the fuck I work.
Yeah.
Great company, 3rd generation, family owned and operated. My boss is awesome. Really is like just a good human being. Gives back to the community, the local community, charities and stuff like that. The company does very well for themselves. What I love about it is we're focusing on the schools, and like it's the K through 12.
Is it the school district that your kids go to?
No, because I'm actually in charge of. I live in North Carolina. We're headquartered in North Carolina, and I'm in charge of all of South Carolina, the entire state. So that alone sometimes is like, fuck. I have the state.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm in a county. The state. Yeah. So I'm like, dope, sweet, let's do it. And then
you're like looking back at you, like thinking about that one divo that said, "You'll never amount to anything." Like, oh, you Texas dick, sir.
Yeah, fucking Lieutenant Earnhardt. Fuck you. How about that? Anyway, he knows who he is.
He's retired. Fuck that guy.
Or dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding.
I said that I shot kids today.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone deep sixed his ass if he fucking later.
Wow.
Be like, hey, where's Lieutenant? I don't know. He was the F lookout. Well, just the headphones are there. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Just kidding.
I got a whole thing about incompetent
leadership. I don't wish that on anyone. I retract all of that. I'm sorry. It was a joke. No ill. Please don't fucking.
Yeah. It's liberty risk, not how to get away with murder.
Now for episode 3 we're gonna talk about why I love John Wayne Gacy. Like,
wow.
There's a show, dude. Oh fuck, what's it called? Donnie Wahlberg, because I'm on this Blue Bloods kick right now.
Oh yeah, bro, same.
Bro, great show. It's a great show. It's great show.
I just like Tom Selleck smoking cigars,
dude. Tom Selleck, scotch, cigars, kills it in the 3-piece. And he's still got the flavor saver. He's fucking rocking the flavor saver.
He's got a massive womb broom, man. It's a grazed.
Do you know the only time I saw him without that mustache was when he played
a couple episodes in Friends?
The movie Ike. Where he played Eisenhower.
I don't think I've seen it. I'll have to rent it.
Dude, he's bald and no mustache.
Okay.
It's called Ike. Okay. Dude, it's right before the invasion, before D-Day. Like they're prepping for it. And he's like, between him and Churchill and stuff, you gotta watch it, dude. It's crazy. But I'm on this Blue Bloods kick. So Donnie Wahlberg, I gotta find the show. But a show about serial killers. And John Wayne Gacy was the first one. And it goes into detail with people like John Wayne Gacy's family members. And it goes into deep detail.
Did they all think he was crazy?
Supposedly, I didn't know this. John Wayne Gacy was like a prominent figure in his fucking community.
See, that's what I'm fucking saying. That's like one of the reasons I'm not having kids, because regardless of how well you fucking do, there's still a 50% chance it turns into the next serial killer.
Well, that's why I have girls. That's why I'm glad I have girls, because there's a lower chance that they'll be serial killers.
I don't know if you know this or not, but the Roman Empire for women is murder shows and podcasts. So they're just going to write a fucking terrible show about it.
Yeah, it's like there's literally a show called How to Get Away with Murder, isn't there?
Yes. Shonda Rhimes. I'm pretty sure it's Shonda Rhimes. And I'll tell you what, man, she can kill people. That's why I'm 20 years into Grey's Anatomy.
Jesus.
We've talked about that before.
So I've been told, like, I have a problem with Blue Bloods because it's like I leave my TV on in my bedroom all day long. I don't ask why. I just do it.
Sure.
I just like the background noise. I can't sleep in.
If dim it a little bit.
I mean, it's on like the setting where it's not like vibrant, or was it vivid? The vivid setting on your television where everything's like
standard setting.
Oh, did we take mushrooms before we watched Avatar today? Holy shit!
I live here now.
Which is crazy, but no, I just leave it on, and then it's on downstairs, and it's like when I get home, I tell the kids, I'm like, "Put Daddy's show on," and they fucking flip into fucking Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods channel, nice.
But dude, it's 14 seasons, dude.
I know. I haven't watched the last one,
and there's like 22 episodes per season. Like it's a fuck ton of show, bro.
I like it because there's like a lot of different stories.
But the story progression is fucking so on point. They don't miss like. You know how shows be like, that doesn't make fucking sense. I can't say that.
Yeah. There's good stuff on that show, man.
So fluid.
I love it.
No, it's just well done. It's Tommy. It's all Tommy. Yeah. I give it to him, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
100%.
If we figured out how to do commercials, I need to get another beer.
Just go get a beer,
all right,
dude.
I'm going to get a beer. I'll be right back.
Fucking Christ. Just fucking drinking all the time.
Just vamp for a little bit.
Oh, sure. Anyway, let's talk about what fucking Hugh fucking just gets up and goes. I mean, so anyone that's, for those that are watching right now, he's getting a beer. He'll be right back. Like, you don't have to go anywhere. He'll be right back. But I wonder how long he's going to take. That was quick. Do you have a...
And to be fair, I'm not drinking all the time, okay? In fact, I've drank less, and I know this because my liver enzymes were high, and my doctor was like, that's not good. And I said, why? What's a liver enzyme? And then after we talked about it, I was like, all right, well, let's get retested in like 90 days. And she was like, all right, yeah, we can do like, March 20th. And I was like,
yeah,
no, it's going to have to be like March 14th or something like that. And she's like, well, why? And I was like, well, because of St. Patty's Day. It's like, I'm not gonna ruin all my fucking effort and then go to St. Patty, and then come back for a liver enzyme test. Like, I get the liver enzyme test first and then go to St. Patty's Day. Like, come on, that's why.
Yeah, like, come on, we gotta prioritize our things.
Yeah, I was like, ma'am, I'm trying to be accommodating here, okay? She's like, well,
I'm trying to be a productive member of society. You're kind of fucking it up right now.
She's like, she's got my best interest at heart, thankfully. But she's like, 10 drinks a week is a lot. And I was like, yeah, but like, for perspective, 10 years ago, I was drinking, like, randomly, my brother and I would drink 80 drinks a night. So, like, in the last 10 years, I've gone down like 400%. So,
fair enough, dude.
Fair enough. Like, we can't all be the same. Bro, all be the same.
Now we've tied one on a few times, you and I.
Sure. And then I didn't have a drink for the next 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No. I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's about
get together. Yeah, it's a get together, dude. It's not like we're doing this every night.
No,
dude. Do you remember that fiasco?
You remember the fiasco with the wings? Go play fucking rugby. Oh my god, how many? What, like 80 fucking wings?
No, we ordered 120. We ordered 120 wings.
120 wings and fries.
Remember, it was six containers of 20 wings.
Yeah, we just stayed up and kept eating them and watching.
Dude, I ate like 52 wings. Like, people are like, Billy, stop eating wings. I'm like, I fucking
I want to you fuck right off. Tell me what to do. I'm an American.
So drunk. So hold on, I gotta grab something because I gotta show you this. The fucking what I tied one on last night, which I never do I never drink anymore. Fucking ever.
Yeah.
Ever. But hold on, we'll look at this shit.
All right. Ooh, now I get to vamp. Really should have had a topic fucking prepared. You know what I don't fucking understand? What was our interest with champagne? Somebody get back to me.
So I went and bought the biggest bottle of wine I could find.
Is that
it's cheap shit. It's Yellowtail.
Yellowtail makes good wine.
They do make very good wine. It's Cabernet Sauvignon. All right.
Yeah.
This was on sale at Food Lion for $9.99.
Yeah. Did you finish?
This is a liter and a half.
A liter of cola?
It's a liter cola. 3 hours.
I mean, but isn't like a glass
That's the problem,
of wine,
right?
No.
So
First of all,
I was telling my girl, I was on the phone with her, right? And she's like, I told her, because when I tell her, I was like, man, I'm drinking. She was like, okay. That's how odd it is now.
Oh,
It's
I thought
like,
she was like,
okay.
okay, like, what do you mean you're drinking? Everybody drinks. We're Americans.
Not like it's a bad thing. She was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but it was just like, oh, it catches people off guard. I don't drink.
I mean, a glass of wine, isn't a glass of wine like 8 to 10 ounces?
Something like that. Anyway, I tried to explain to her. I was like, babe, I'm a big dude. My friends can vouch. It takes a lot. Like, I'm almost like, my friends get drunk and are having a good time. I'm like, can you fuckers just fucking let me catch up for a minute? You sons of bitches.
1.5 liters is only like 6 drinks.
In 3 hours, dude, I don't drink anymore like we used to.
2 drinks per hour. You're under the legal limit.
That's a lot.
I think it's a lot if you factor in a ton of other details. Did you know, like, on average, like, so apparently, I didn't know this. There's apparently 2 scales.
Dude, that's
allegedly.
a big ass bottle.
My doctor says there's a European drinking scale. Theirs is like 21 or 22 drinks per week. And I was like, well, why don't we use that one? Why are we using a whole different one?
Okay, so I had this conversation with my girl the other day on the way home from work about going overseas and drinking.
Yeah.
Right, when you pull in the ports. And I'm like, some countries, the law, there's 16. Legal age is 16. Some countries, it's literally like, if you can see over the bar.
Your feet don't have to be touching the floor.
If you can see over the bar, we'll serve you a beer.
Yeah.
And that's real.
Just the way it is.
So I also said they don't have the fucked up drinking culture like we do.
No,
they don't have the DUIs. Like they don't have the fucking the alcoholism rates because it's ingrained in their culture. Like it's not. There's not a stigma. That's the word I was looking for. There's not a stigma.
Good word use
behind it, like it is here. It's like, oh, you can't consume alcohol till you're 21. If you're 20 and do it, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Jeannie, what are you drinking?
Oh, well, it's a day that ends in Y. Jeannie's drinking.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Okay. Is that what we're doing? Well,
it's all Japanese if you say it like that.
Oh, geez. Like, what?
Yeah,
no.
right. Yeah, she's probably 1.5 bottles in the Crown right now.
Yeah.
But you're right. The drinking culture overseas.
Jeannie. Is this a lot for 3 hours? Is this a lot for 3 hours? Liter cola?
1.5 liters. It's only 6 drinks. It's 2 drinks per hour. I mean, I wouldn't give you your, but I think you'd be fine. We're calling it seasoned now. Not old. Seasoned.
I'm seasoned. Yeah. I'm old. Whatever. I'm gonna fucking call myself seasoned. That sounds. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna use certain words.
All right, I got another thing I want to talk about.
A whole bottle. That's 20 shots, homie. Yes, the whole bottle in 3 hours. That's what she said. She said a whole bottle. That's 20 shots, homie. Yes, the whole bottle
of wine.
Wine gets you fucked up, bro.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's not 90 proof.
Dude, I'm not drinking 90. Wait, hold on. How much are you drinking 90 proof?
What? I'll kindly remind you to stay out of my personal life.
I love the fuck you, Jeannie. Rip Billy's liver. Not really. I don't drink. Like I don't. That's
what I'm saying. You just take a couple of days off. You reset everything. I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't follow my advice, but whatever. Give it a try.
It's weird to say, but not weird to say that I just don't really drink like I used to anymore. I just kind of stopped one day. You know what I mean? I was just like,
yeah, one of those days you're just like, man, I'm good.
All right, Jeannie, right? I get it, Jeannie. Just fucking hammering that home, aren't you?
So I hate that I'm about to say this, but I want to piggyback about what we were talking about earlier.
Don't you motherfucker, don't you ever fucking give me shit for saying that again.
Found a trigger.
Say it all the time.
Found a trigger phrase.
Oh,
if
you
you're,
fuck.
I want to talk about incompetent leadership. And not like, I don't want to like shit all over anybody, but I understand. I know. Sorry, Jeannie. Sometimes it's useful, not when you're keeping people later than necessary, but in this case it is, because we said it earlier, and I'm gonna
Do it. Piggyback.
yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not disillusioned that the further up the ranks you go, the more administrative the job gets. You can't be, right? Like, you can't be in the foxhole or on the job site or in the maintenance spaces with people the higher up you get, right? You have to delegate. You have to start trusting that
Yes.
your people have the training necessary. They can go forth and they can do great things, right? The years you spend reading instructions, attending general military training, attending mandatory training in the Navy, going to Sailor 360 courses, whatever the lot is, it gets to a point where you are more hands off and you're more oversight in construction. And they do it in other fields, but that's what I do. So that's what I can relate to. You're now overhead support. You're effectively administrative support is a little bit different, but you're overhead now, right? Like, you're overseeing these people. They have their shit to do. You've trained them.
Yeah.
You're not the one down there swinging a hammer. You're not turning wrenches. You're not laying stuff out. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. What I am noticing, though,
Yeah.
I'm noticing a trend in conversations that I'm having with people and observations I'm having myself, that many people in positions of leadership are there because they were less capable at their job and became administratively competent early on. They were not. I agree. They're not as good at their job, so they can't answer questions, but they know how to format Excel. They know how to format PowerPoint for presentations and slides. They know how to format messages and other stuff and I'm not saying that stuff is unimportant.
No, but it can't be. It can't be the only.
Yeah, it can't be
like,
the reason.
If you don't know how to actually do your job, but you're good at the paperwork, that doesn't fucking really do anything. Like, I mean, anyone can get good at paperwork.
You should not become so administratively competent that you sacrifice the ability for you to do your job.
So, like, let's go for an engineer, like a mechanical engineer. Okay. There's paperwork involved in that.
Sure.
So if we'll call you master level paperwork for your fucking position.
Sure.
But you're incompetent with actually hands-on.
Maybe you don't know how to machine threads. Maybe you don't know how to use
it's forcing that organization now to either let you go,
which they're not going to do.
Which they're not going to do.
Or
have to hire someone else to do that other half of the job that you were originally hired to do.
And what you and I know is that what is much more likely to happen is that they just spread the work out to the people that are there who didn't learn how to do it. So now you just create more work for other people, right? And you're not delegating because you're the one being delegated to.
Yes.
So I'm not shitting on all leaders by any means. Many of them are competent at both, and I firmly believe this. I know I've said this before. You can be great at one or the other, but you could not be great at both. I've said this about being a parent. You can be a great parent and you can be a good employee, or you can be a great employee and you're going to be just a good parent. You cannot be great at both. The same applies for work. You can. Now,
I will say what that is. I will say what that is I agree. I agree. Okay. Coming from a single parent, I agree. Because I was an amazing employee, but I wasn't being the greatest dad. And then I made choices in my life.
Sure.
And it came down to literally just refusing to take a position where I worked weekends. And you and I have talked about this offline.
Right. And so
it
switched.
You made at your employee. Yep. And it switched. And now I will brag. I know I'm a great dad because my kids who are teenagers, without preemptive conversation, will randomly come up to me and be like, "Dad, I'm really glad you're my father."
Nice.
Which is the greatest feeling in the world.
But that means you're not working weekends.
I'm not working weekends
and you're not working unscheduled overtime.
Nope.
That's okay.
The company I'm with now, because it's literally like, hey, it's 5:00. Your shift ended. Why aren't you driving home?
Sure. And not everybody is that lucky.
No,
right?
100% understand that. That's not what I'm saying. But that is beautiful for me because
sure,
I'm not going to stay overtime now. Unless my boss really, really came up to me, which he won't. I really need you to stay late.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to.
Unless it's super important, then we'll have a talk. Like, let's figure it
Yeah.
out. It really depends on what the project is or what the end customer is.
Yeah.
But to get home at 5:15, 5:30, 5:45 if there's traffic, and not be walking out the door at 6, 7 o'clock at night, huge. So yes, I agree with what you're saying. It's it's one or the other. You can still be a good employee.
You can
be
balance
a top performer employee.
Oh,
but
I
you
disagree.
Won't be great.
I disagree.
You won't be great.
I think you're like, so the Navy, we make this mistake of rating our sailors at 1 through 5.
5. Yeah.
You'll be promotable. You'll be a 3.
3, maybe a must promote, depending on if you.
Yeah. But
and I've said this, I coach my kids' soccer team.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
I've said this before to people. I'm like, people are like, oh, well, you want to have those high marks to make chief. I'm like, 3 is promotable. You can make chief being promotable. That's your job.
Yes, that's what I never understood is when they pushed for the 5.0 sailors.
You got other shit to do, man.
You signed a contract. I forgot who I talked to about this.
You signed a contract for fucking benefits. I'm gonna take that time off. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that.
And the military, the Navy, because we're going off there. I don't know what the other branches do. Asked you to be a 3.0 sailor. They said, we need you to come in here and do this 3.0.
Yeah.
Anything above that, thank you. That's great. But you will get promoted. You will advance.
Maybe.
If you stay 3.0. It will take longer. It might take longer.
You can get promoted. But there's nothing wrong with that. You're making your choice.
Yeah.
You're making your choice. And that's okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So as I've said, you can be great at one. You can be good at both. That's the way it is. For me.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So leaders I'm going to identify with and connect with are going to be able to have discussions about my trade, my skills, and my training, while also being able to have discussions about evals, record updates, and who to talk to about things they aren't fully capable of speaking about. A leader I identify with can have a conversation with me about my job, my primary job.
Yeah.
But if I need a specific question answered about something else, I'm going to identify with the leader that goes, hey, I'm not fully versed at that. I'm going to need you to talk to so-and-so. Or, hey, let me link you up with this person or that person.
Yeah.
Right. So as leaders, you should always be growing and you should always be trying to learn and become more and more competent. Right. But you have to remember there's a reason we have a command career counselor. There's a reason you have a training department. There's a reason you have a SAP or VA and all those other huge collateral duties. If you spend undue time learning to do a job someone else is qualified to do, you're losing out on potential opportunities to connect with your personnel and learn how to help them in the portion of their career you're qualified to speak on. So when you're getting qualified to do,
please, thank you,
administrative shit as an E5, you will not be connecting with your sailors when you make E7.
You should always be setting your sailors up to take your position.
Absolutely. And that position should 100%. Not be your collaterals.
No, you should be your position that you're holding. So I'll go back to my community. As the master at arms, one of the top qualifications of watch commander when you're running a tri or patrol shift, right? If you're on the LE side.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that even exists anymore. I think I was probably one of the fucking last ones.
Get it, Billy, you're fucking old.
So, well, they work at precincts with security force shit now. Anyway, when you're a watch commander, the E6, E5, E6, you should be training those E4s and those E5s because it goes back to what you said about growing up overseas. Every 2 to 4 years, you're leaving.
Every 2 to 4 years, you're fucking.
And I might have been at this command longer than these kids, and I got to set them up because I'm going to step away.
Yeah.
And they might get promoted when I step away. and they have to be able to do my job. But I'm not going to be able to do that when I'm learning how to fucking write fucking letters to fucking the captain. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. If you're like, hey, we need you guys to do a bunch of training on how to write letters of appreciation. Hey, we need everybody to attend.
I don't give a fuck about that. And that's probably
all these other there's like over 130 collateral duties in just the Navy alone. Hey, we need you to know this and know that. No, there's departments for those people. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But if you cannot talk to your people about if you're talking about your job and you're like, oh, well, I don't really remember, or I'd have to look it up, that's a fucking problem, bro. Yeah, Jeannie, thanks. If you're not training your folk to replace you, you're doing the leadership thing all wrong. It's absolutely right. If you can talk about collaterals and what memos and letters and shit came out, but you can't talk to your people about the basics of your job that you get paid for, that's a fucking problem.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
So we're in our last 10 minutes. Time for something fun. So my job, for those of you who don't know, because I don't remember what I tell you people, because I drink, I now work over in port operations with tugboats. So we're supposed to be getting a new one in the next couple of years. And I want to source names. They haven't named it yet. So my brother's dad got to name the last one the Agamenicus, because that's local to the area that we live in, right? And it's a big tug, so we're getting a slightly smaller one. I want to like pitch names. So here's a list of names that I come up with. Oh shit! And after this episode I'll go in, I'll go in and I'll put like a fucking voting thing. We'll do a poll. Yeah, we'll do a poll. So I got a couple of these. All right. So Jeannie, throw one back as here we go. I'm gonna start with something simple, right? Tug marine hauler. Like Jesus. Submarine hauler. Yeah.
Idiot.
Tug Ewell L. Jackson.
They're not gonna name it that, but that's great.
All right, what about Tuggernaut?
Dude, I like that one.
Right? So because I work for Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, the next one is PNS Tugger. That way from a distance, it reads penis tugger.
Okay,
that's just a good one, right? Like that's just good old fashioned.
As Jeannie says, womp womp.
Yeah. Then there's penis Richard Tugger.
Richard Tugger. Yes, dude.
Right?
Dude.
Okay, so then we start getting fun.
I think they're too slick on that one, man.
Yeah.
If you get away with that, dude, fucking bow down, man.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, just
leaving. That's it. How are you gonna beat that?
You can't.
I got a
PNS Tugger.
Richard Penis Tugger. I'm out. Sorry. I've capped. There's no way I can go beyond this.
Winning.
I got to hunt for Red October. Right? That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's motherfucking funny.
I like Tuggernaut. I'm with Jeannie.
What about the Toyota Tugcoma?
So copyright infringement, but that's well played.
Yeah. All right. We got Tug Speedman.
Yes.
Right?
I like that one.
From Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
Yeah. And we got Tugginator. Obvious classic.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. And then finally Tuggy McTugface, because why wouldn't it be?
Tuggy McTugface. Hold on. I want to try something. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here into AI and I want to see what it can generate for some fucking names real quick. So this is gonna be interesting. Give me.
Thank you, Jeannie. PNS Tugger, I think, is fucking good. I even talked about updating the sign on the outside of our building because it says PNS Port Operations or a tug office or tug department or whatever. But we're Port Ops now. And they're like, no, we like PNS Tug Operations. Like, you like penis tug operations on the side of the building? All right. I mean, you're all retired anchors. I get it. That makes sense to me. You're all just in there fucking touching anchor tips together and fouling each other up. Sure. This will work.
So I want to let you know right now, AI came up with Tuggernaut is number 3.
Right?
Tuggy McTugface is number 15. Hold on.
That's awesome. See, I don't need AI. I clearly can do its job.
Hold on. I'm giving it some really fucked up.
I really thought Toyota Tugcoma was good. I'm a big fan of Hunt for Red October.
What about Master Tugger?
Master Tugger. That's a good one.
Anchor
Ooh,
wank,
the tugger nut.
Dude, anchor wanker.
It'll say anchor on it, and everybody that's ever worn an anchor their entire life would just like their chest will just start glowing, and they'll be like, something glorious has happened.
Bro, ready? Ship-faced.
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 That one is pretty fucking good. I'm gonna text my group chat after this.
They're literally this one, sea bitch.
I think it should be a requirement in the nautical community that you name your craft something punny. Because there's a craft at the shipyard. It's Megan C, and just the word Megan MEGAN, and then just the letter C. And I think it's a wasted opportunity not calling it Megan Sea Stallion.
Oh yes, dude.
Right? Thank you.
Yes.
It was so. Dude. It took me 8 seconds. I looked at it and I was like, Megan Sea Stallion. That's good.
There's some good ones on here. Ready?
Let's hear it.
The buoyant bastard. I like that one.
What about Tugger Nut Squash?
Salty scoundrel.
That's all right. It's a little bit too on the nose.
It's
a little bit too. I get this on the back of my sweater so people know who I am.
The wave wanker.
Wave wanker's not terrible, but we can only go so fast, and like the little tiny waves make some people seasick.
What about naughty little tug, but naughty spelled NAUTI?
That's good. Naughty little tug. I like that one. It's going to be a little tug. It's going to be a YTL, yard tug, comma little.
Hold on, I'm going to see if it can give me 15 more.
Naughty little tug.
All right, let's see what it comes up with. Tug fucker.
A little too direct. We'll try again.
This one's bad. Let's see. Tugboat McBoatface. That one was pretty corny.
Tuggy McTugface, man. I think that's going to be up there.
Nautical nonsense.
It's all right. A little childish.
Let's see.
Maybe they'll just go
with anchor wanker, salty scoundrel, wave wanker. No,
maybe I'll just go with hold me closer, tuggy dancer.
Tugzilla.
Ooh, I like Tugzilla.
I like Tugzilla.
I could paint it green. Oh wait, maybe I have to paint it red. No, my other bullshit's gray. I'll paint it red and I'll give it spikes.
But yeah, AI doesn't Chat GPT doesn't fail to
I think we got some good ones here. So I'm gonna put up a fucking humdingery. People can go on and vote, and we'll close it out at the end of December.
Like one of the ones Chat GPT came up was just ready. Just it's. I feel like it's an angry old, like angry
hag.
Old. No, so talk about Blue because we were talking about Blue Bloods.
Yeah,
the TV show.
It heard you.
So, yes. So I think this one sounds like a fucking salty old, detective, like getting fucking angry at someone, going, and the name of the tug would be Bastard Boat.
That's an like old guy. That's the kind of the person who would own that boat would retire from their federal or state job the first time they hired a Mexican.
Jesus.
That's exactly what I expect to happen there. Oh man, I had a really good thought too. Then I just tug something up.
What about the little tug that could?
That's not terrible.
The Sea Snuggler.
Come on, Sea Snuggler's pretty good.
That was
kind of like Sea Snuggler. Yeah. We're gonna have to put it up there and come up with some good ones.
Yeah, there's some good ones out there. The Harbor Hugger, Naughty by Nature, spelled NAUTI.
NAUTI. Yeah.
There's some good ones you can come up with. Yeah, we got to come up with some. But you know what? Now I want. So when's the naming of this supposed to happen? You got to. Okay, so this is what I want you to do.
I don't think we're getting for a couple years, so I might just have to hold on to some of this information.
No, what I'm saying is now, because dude, we've been doing this podcast for almost 4 years now. 4 years,
including the gap. Yeah, 4 years.
Well, if you say when we started, 2020.
Sure.
It's so a couple of years, dude.
Jeannie, you got to put the bottle down. Look at these. Some of these, I'm sorry, Billy. Some of these are getting real fucking raunchy. Jeannie's over here like tugger nut face, skeet face, tug that could. So he could. Jeannie, you can't watch the show whilst also on Pornhub. All right, like your searches are gonna get all jacked up. Oh, I'm sorry. On the
little tug that could, so he came.
What's up, Jeff? What's up, buddy?
What up, homie? What's going on, man? Jeff, you gotta get back on the show with us, dude. I've been watching all the fucking fun shit you've been doing on your Facebook page with the fam and stuff like that. You got to get back on here, so you need to connect with us. Hit us up and what do the kids say now? DM me. Hit me up in my DMs, bro.
I hated every word of that.
Good night.
Hated every word of that. Yeah.
What?
Well, so
yeah, dude.
If you're watching the YouTuber, the face fucker, or if you're listening to it on Spotify or what else?
Just right now, Spotify, because we're gonna have it on everything else. It'll be on iHeartRadio and all that other good stuff.
This is season 2 because we did over 100 episodes before we took our long hiatus when I went to the motherland.
We're just calling that civilization. We're calling all of that season 1.
It's all gonna be season 1. So we're starting. This is season 2, episode 2. Episode 1 will be when I was out in California traveling. So
yeah, so
welcome to the Liberty Risk Podcast, season 2.
If anyone looks us up on Spotify, I'm trying to get the old one removed, and it is not easy because the person who was running our website at the time fucked shit up so bad, I can't get into the access part of it to remove it from fucking Spotify. So do not, because we're going to move everything.
I'm not in Africa anymore.
Oh, perfect.
We're
going to move everything over from the old one into this, and we're going to put all the old episodes up on it, so it's just going to start hitting and hitting and hitting. But anything you see season 2 is new. Anything with season 1 is old stuff. I'm going to put, what I think what we're going to do, since Jeff's in here, we're going to put his episode up next.
Okay.
When we had him up, and we'll put it up there on the new Spotify, and we'll link the Spotify to our Facebook page and the YouTube and everything like that.
And it's like new. Billy made me get a new camera. I don't know if you see this man.
Yes, Hugh actually bought equipment. Look, Hugh's got headphones on. He's got a real fucking microphone. He's got an actual camera that doesn't
look like Mandingo broke into my fucking house right here. Look at
fucking
this thing.
Camera's not from fucking 1987, and
this thing makes me feel so inadequate.
And you spent what, $250 maybe?
Yeah, plus or minus.
Not bad.
I had to get beer too, so
$550. Okay, good deal.
No, it's not my New Year's celebration.
Oh,
yeah.
But the other thing too is we were kind of throwing around maybe doing another later on in the year, doing another hiring event thing. We got fucking I'd like to try to do one of those. It's not definite, it's just a thrown out idea. So if anyone has a venue, they could fucking spot us for free and wants to pay for our plane tickets, that'd be awesome.
I'll drive. I love driving through Jersey.
Yeah. Jersey.
I tell my dog to hold his breath when we drive through Jersey.
Garden State, dude.
I know they suck.
But yeah, no. So, dude, we don't have a schedule, do we?
No, we're figuring it out. We're winging it. We're giving it the old laissez-faire.
Yeah, you got to follow all our socials and then Spotify and stuff like that.
We'll give you guys a better heads up other than 30 minutes next time.
I think trying to push the every week or every 2 weeks thing. I think
we've also talked about doing some pre-recorded ones and doing some like minute update type shit without Roxy's. Is that place that like lost? No,
this is the place. Okay, so I sent Jeannie this. I think I don't know if she's joking. So they have like a video game. Chive, was it the?
Oh yeah, Military Chive was.
Military Chive has a video game. When is that, Jeannie? When is that Military Chive event?
It got canceled.
Did it?
Roxy's. Yeah, the Roxy's thing got canceled.
Why?
That's okay. I don't know.
It was supposed to happen already, wasn't it? Or was it July?
I think it was coming up. That's all right. Roxy's down the road from you. Go call Roxy's. Oh, apparently Call of Duty is not canceled. All right.
When's the dates? So, of course, the weekend I'm going to be out of town with the kids.
25, 28 July. Military Chive Nation. 25, 28 July. Roxy's Bar, North Crackalacken.
Let me show you what it looks like.
Call of Duty.
Real quick.
Call of Duty. as Jeannie thumb fucks it.
Let me show you what Roxy's looks like. Do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do. We're going to share the screen. You're going to see the shit. Ah. I don't know who the fuck. That's the building in the middle. That's Roxy's. This is my Google search. I guess that's a person at Roxy's. I don't fucking know. There we go. Looks good inside. Full bar.
That looks like a place that is
Look at
a
that.
front.
Look at that wild shit.
That place looks like it's a front for south of the border.
Hey, look,
that
you know
place
what?
Looks
It's
like it looks like the middle ground for smuggling operations.
Okay, so they're raising funds for Folds of Honor. Folds of Honor. They provide college scholarships for kids of military and first responders. So it doesn't matter what the venue looks like. It's a great fucking thing they're doing.
It is.
But
yes,
I put that
Folds
up there
of
so
Honor is
people
great.
know what the building looks like. And so if you type in Roxy's, Kinston, Kinston, North Carolina, it's only 40 minutes from me. So I told Jeannie I'd go out there just to say hi. We'll probably do like a Facebook Live, like on my phone for Liberty Risk. Hey, you know, everyone who's been listening to us for a long time, Jeannie's a huge supporter of us. We're a huge supporter of Military Child Nation. They do. Jeannie does. I got to give her credit. She gets shit. She'll get money moving if she needs to help a fellow
100% true.
military and veterans out. She will, one way or another, fucking make it happen. And she has tens of thousands of dollars has gotten donations. It's unreal what she does over there. So Jeannie, we love you for that because you're helping the community out. So it's a good thing.
Fuck yeah. Thanks.
It is. It's
Kinston,
North Carolina is a very country, like very homey, North Carolina town. It's very quiet. Everyone, it's a good mom and pop's place. There's nothing wrong with it. I put that picture up strictly so people could see what it looks like.
Nice.
So they know. But yeah, dude, yeah. Hugh, is as always, man. It's always good to get on here with you, man.
It's been a good time.
I'm glad that we're kicking this back off. So make sure you fucking share the shit out of this, like it, get us on Spotify, all that other good stuff. Should I be looking in the camera now? Yeah. Like our fucking page.
Oh, I don't know that.
We need to do a whole episode where we just do whisper talking like this. See if anyone will actually watch it.
I hate every word of that.
No, please.
No.
Okay, maybe not.
Hard pass.
Pipe dreams.
Soft pass.
Hard pass.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you here again in the next week or so.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.